I've been debating making a video right after I made the last one I made last week, today, and I really couldn't think of nothing to talk about. And I really don't like making pointless videos, just putting stuff out there to put it out. And a couple hours ago I watched a video, and I feel like that was the Lord kind of just telling me, it's time to put out a video and share some words. So video is for Miss Dior. I've been subscribed to you since the beginning of last year. I'm not a long time subscriber. I just subscribed last year when I was doing research for my mom about natural hair. I happened to run into your channel. I think you were in the suggestions for one of Cabrina's videos. Before I start, I just want you to know that this video is not being made out of me feeling sorry for you or no sympathy or anything like that. It's out of empathy, because I personally have dealt with every single thing you talked about, and still to this day deal with it. In 2006 I was diagnosed with depression. My doctor, I had been going to him, my primary care doctor, I had been going to him every 2 weeks, probably for like 3 or 4 months, with sinus infections. He would give me antibiotics, it'd go away, I'd get sick again. I was missing a lot of school. I stayed up all night on the internet, slept all day. I didn't want to do anything. I just didn't care. I was depressed. And I knew why I was depressed. I was in high school. I was extremely overweight. I was morbidly obese at the time. And no girls paid attention to me besides in a friendly way. And that bothered me. I really desired to have a girlfriend. And I was shy, and I didn't think no girl would want to be with me in the first place, because I was a big dude, and no girl ever gave off like she would want that from me. So my primary care doctor referred me to a psychiatrist, and we talked, and she knew right off the bat that it was depression. And I also had extreme anxiety. If I got somewhere where there was a lot of people, a lot of noise, I would lash out at my mom. I would go off on her. It's like, no, we gotta go. It's too many people here. I'm ready to go. And she'd be like, but we just got here. I'm like, I don't care. Let's go. And and I would curse at her and things like that. And even in recent years, when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I was the same way. I would lash out, angry at my father. Recently, I lashed out at him. Anger issues, I've had that for a very long time. And the scary thing is, a lot of the times I don't even know why I'm mad. I just wake up angry for, I guess, maybe the things I've gone through in the past. You see, I'm sure you've never even heard of my channel or watched any of my videos, but if you go through my archive of videos I've made over the past year that I've actively made videos, I am very naked on this channel. Like, I put out every part of my life is pretty much on this channel, and that was the whole point from the jump. Some entertainment, what I found funny, and if somebody else found it funny and subscribed or whatever, cool, liked it. But more than anything, it's therapy for me. And you know, you can't look at yourself and think something's wrong with you and you're not normal, because every person who is quote unquote normal, everybody has an issue. I don't know what yours is. I'm not trying to put what I have on you, but I'm just sharing with you what I've dealt with that's relatable with what you said in your video. So when I first went to the psychiatrist, she gave me she assigned me to a counselor who I still see. I don't see the psychiatrist anymore. Matter of fact, she doesn't even work at that institute anymore. I just see the counselor every 3 weeks. Matter of fact, I go this Tuesday coming up. I had to reschedule my appointment. I was supposed to go at the beginning of the month. But she subscribed me some Balta, and pretty sure she gave me some Ambien too, because I wasn't sleeping, you know, at night. And I probably took the Ambien like twice, no more than 5 times, and I took some Balta probably like 3 times. And with antidepressants, anti-anxiety medicines, they say it takes like 6 weeks for it to work. And I'm not willing to wait that period of time for something to work, because it actually made things worse. I was either extremely mellowed out, where I didn't want to do anything, or I was like hyperactive and mad, and neither one of those is better than what I was dealing with. So I just stopped taking them. I don't take anything. I took that not even a month, and since then I haven't taken anything you know, mood altering medicines, you know, any antidepressants or anything else. I just talked to him, and it's helped a lot. I still, like I said, I still deal with stuff to this day, you know, getting angry, and I don't cry. I cried when my mother passed, was sick and dying. That was the first time I cried in almost 10 years. That's an emotion I don't have. I'm like you too. I don't share my emotions with people. I bottle up everything, and people can read. One thing, I can hide my emotions for the most part, but my face shows my sadness, anger, whatever. My eyes give it away, even if my face is completely straight. You know, it's like a statue, stone face. My eyes tell a story for everything that's going on with me. My mother was my biggest support system. She understood, even if I didn't say anything, she understood what I was going through, all the emotions. I apologized to her many times for lashing out at her and the things that I did. Said to her, not did, because I never put my hands on my mom. As an older person, as a little boy, I did, you know, temper tantrums and things like that, acting out. But as a teenager and as an adult, I have never put my hands on my mother. I said things that were, might as well have punched her in the face, because the stuff I said to her slapped her, because it was bad. It was bad at times. She told me about it. She said, you know, you desire to get married one day. If you talk to your spouse like that, she's not going to stay with you. She's going to leave you. That's abuse. You not hitting nobody, but that's verbal abuse. And I told her, I said, you know, you're right. I was in denial about it, and I kind of shrug it off and get mad. But I told her, I said, you know, you're right. You know, I'm dealing with a lot with this MS, and I am not doing well with it, and I'm lashing out at people who are trying to help me, and I'm sorry, and please just work with me as I try to get past this. And Dad told me the same thing. He didn't say it in the same context regarding a mate. What he was saying was, you know, he sent me a text, you know, and my dad is not a person to sugarcoat his words. He has very colorful language, and he was like, what you did the other day, we had a issue when he came here, was really effed up, and if you keep that attitude, nobody's gonna help you. You're gonna be in this world alone. And that's basically what she was saying. People are not gonna want to deal with you. In my case, I'm not saying you, I'm saying me. And I understand that. So I think that comes from bottling up so many emotions, because even though I see a counselor, there's still things I don't tell him. And in the past, as recent as last year, when my mom was sick from May of 2011 until she passed away on October 20th, I battled the suicidal thoughts again, because my mother's family treated me. And I don't know if anybody else who's watched Sidebar past videos notice I say my mother's family, I don't say my family. It's because it's basically how I feel. They didn't treat me like I was family. They treated me like I was a stranger, and they were dealing with somebody who was a client or something, the way they talked to me and treated me. And I felt like maybe if I hang myself in this house and do something to myself and kill myself, everybody would be happy. They don't have to deal with me no more. I won't have to deal with it either. So, I had to start self-helping myself and praying and getting in my word deeper again to get past that. And I did. I've dealt with that, and there's things, like I said, I don't even tell my counselor. I tell him a lot of things, but there's still things I think I told my mom, there's probably things I'll carry to my grave. If I meet a woman who makes me feel where I can be completely naked with her, that's probably will be the only person who ever know some stuff that I haven't told anyone, like no one. And I don't have that support system just like you. I have a lot of people who care about me and my family, but there's a lot of things, the few things I share with them, they kind of brush it off and they don't understand. A lot of blacks and a lot of people of any race really don't understand mental illnesses and how hard it is to deal with it. If you heard that was my drive, excuse me. But what I want to tell you is, in this world with dealing with what you're dealing with right now, you're not alone. I've been battling this going on 6 years. It's a long time. Might have been 6 years already. I can't pinpoint if it was February or if it was March that I started going to see my counselor, that I knew what it was. I mean, I had an idea all along I was depressed or I had some type of mental issue, but I didn't know what it was. But I feel for you, and you go long periods of time where you don't make videos, and when you finally do come back, it's like you were never gone, because I've always felt this attachment to you, even though you don't know me and I don't personally know you. I've commented on a couple of your videos, you've responded, joking, or like your video about when you went to the hair show and how they treated you and things like that, which was really ignorant. Your video about natural deodorant, that was like in a joking way. I was talking about I used Right Guard Gel, the official deodorant of the NBA, because that's what it says on the front of all of them, and you laughed about it. And but one of my favorite videos you have on your channel, which is even when you deleted all the videos you deleted, you never deleted that one. It was the one where you're in your kitchen baking. It's just that organic energy that you had doing something you obviously enjoy, preparing, sweet treats for yourself and whoever else may come to your home. I enjoy baking myself. I bake things from scratch all the time. People love my stepmom loves my chocolate chip cookies that I put chunks of Heath bars in there. It's a candy bar, and my dad likes, and everybody else likes, my oatmeal raisin cookies. And I make cakes, and in the past I've made pies and things like that, which I need to learn how to make a homemade crust again. But anyway, that was one of my favorite videos, where you would, in the kitchen, just your natural vibe, listening to your music and baking. And you seemed, I don't know, very happy and at peace in that video, and also at peace in my other favorite video is the one where you're outside listening to the trees and the wind. And I did that before too. The gym was closed, it was a holiday, and I went and I jogged at the park that was by my house where I used to live in Westlake, where I moved from. And when I was done, I was walking, a cool down, I was walking, and I stopped, and they had a tree. There was a light breeze, and there had a lot of birds in the tree, like building nests and stuff. And I stopped and I looked at the tree. I told you this in a comment, matter of fact. Excuse me. And I was just looking at how they interact with each other and how they work together. Some of them nitpicking at each other and things like that, and how God's nature and the way He has made things is amazing. And I got my mom, she was sitting on a bench reading something, and I called her over and I said, "Mom, look up at this tree." I said, "You see all those birds? You hear the noises they make? You see what they're doing?" I said, "You see how God works? How amazing His creation is." And you say how they just function. Nobody has to tell them to do this every day. They just naturally know how to do it. It's the simple pleasures in life that can make a lot of things we go through easier to deal with. So the reason I brought that up is that video where you are baking, and that video where you are enjoying nature. Also your video where you were on vacation and you were playing with the little boy in the water. You seemed, again, in a good place. And the reason I bring up that is, when you feel yourself down, yourself on the verge of being in tears, try to go back to places where you were at your happiest and most peaceful time. It is okay to cry and feel emotions you feel, because it's natural for us not to be happy all the time, to cry, to be angry. But at the same time, we also need to try to find ways to get away from that more times than not. Find laughter, peace, and outlets. Like, if there's something you really enjoy, write down stuff you enjoy, and try to think about something you used to do a lot that you really enjoyed, that you haven't done in a very long time, and start doing that again and see if that can bring you to a better place too. And I agree with you, separating yourself from negative things and what you ingest and things like that, which is something I still have to work on, getting away from a lot of things. And also, if you find yourself doing really well on something that you're trying to get away from, and you relapse and end up doing that again, do not beat yourself up about it. You didn't fail. It's not that you failed, you just hit an obstacle. The only time you fail is when you give up and you quit. That's the only time you fail in life. Anything else is an obstacle. And like most people I watch on YouTube and people I run into, I may never see this person again, or I may see them again, who knows? Because I might see somebody once and not run into them again for months, years, but I see him. I have a photographic memory. I remember that person. But with saying all these things I said and sharing this with you, and the things that I go through, and the lack of support like you have, and a lot of things in common, pretty much everything you said in that video, I've dealt with or still deal with. And I want to say, if you ever want to send me a message, want to email, anything, man, I'm free. I'm a listener. I'm a non-judgmental person. I respect people, and if you ever want to talk to me, because I can relate, I'm all ears. I got eyes to see, ears to listen, write back, talk, whatever. But I felt a need to make this video, and I have love for you, you know, not in no creepy stalker type way, but in like a brotherly friend type way. Like, I have love for you because I can empathize, not sympathy. I feel sorry for you. Empathy. I feel where you're coming from, because like I said, I've dealt with some of that, and I still deal with pretty much all of that to this day. I'm a work in progress. Everybody's a work in progress till the day you close your eyes. That's what I believe. So just think on what I said in this video. I know it's a little long, but I felt the need to kind of just lay out all this stuff for you and for anybody else who deals with similar things. I hope you watch this and you find it somewhat helpful. I'll see you and everyone later.